Hello, graduates. This is Dr. Noel Vest, current research fellow at Stanford University's School of Medicine and proud WSU Tri-Cities alumni from the class of 2013. As a first-generation college student and formerly incarcerated scholar, I am truly honored to give this commencement message. Today, I would like to share two stories from my life, two little snippets of my educational journey. The stories embody the role of expectancy and motivation in our educational journeys. One story, the power of a mother's love, and the other story focuses on the power of leadership. In the first story, it centers on a conversation I had with my mom while I was in the Clark County Jail in 2006. The story actually begins much earlier. You see, my biological dad had left when I was 5 years old, and I imagine that I was confused and sad. In that time, I grew a bond with my mom that never faded, a special bond, a mother and son bond. My mom knew that I was sitting in prison day in and day out, searching for meaning in a life that I had surmised was already over. I was 3 years into a 7-year prison sentence and contemplating how I would ever survive once I was released. Through the glass, my mom looked into my eyes and asked what was troubling me. I looked at my mom and I said, "Mom, I'm ashamed and broken. I don't know how this happened. I just want to go back 10 years and fix it all." She said, "Well, wish as you may, you can never go back, but you can go forward. What would you change if you could?" I answered simply, my addiction. I would learn, study, and try to understand addiction inside and out. In that moment, she looked at me and she said, "Well, it sounds to me like you found your life's purpose." The loving and kind words from a mother's heart, a message to her son to go forward and move mountains. Well, I can say that I have not moved mountains, but 10 years later, I have found a purpose in life and a passion for learning. I didn't see it then, but my addiction to drugs and alcohol was the best thing that ever happened to me. The world's way of saying there was something bigger. Sometimes life's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. Don't shy away from it. Embrace it. Learn from it and find purpose in it. You can't understand the future without understanding the past. Call it a gut feeling, call it karma, call it divine intervention, call it whatever you want. But you have to believe that it will work itself out and that your future would never be what it will be without the perspective of the past. The next story begins in a classroom in the CIC at WSU Tri-Cities. It was there that I met a mentor that would change my life forever. A professor who believed in me when I was not sure I could believe in myself. A professor who took me under their wing and eventually showed me how to fly. I am sure that many people listening can relate to this experience of an educator going outside of their traditional role and putting on a superhero's cape. My superhero was Dr. Sarah Trigresser. She would eventually become my graduate school mentor at WSU. As my mentor, she was tasked with guiding me through the thesis and dissertation writing process. Along the way, I'd come to a frustrating point in that process when I could not decide which research design was the best fit for my project. I needed answers, I wanted answers, and I wanted my problem to be solved. I was frustrated. Dr. Trigresser met my frustration with calmness and said to me, "Noel, I can give you the answer if you'd like, or I can challenge you to go back to the literature and find the answer for yourself." I thought long and hard before answering, and then I begrudgingly said, "Let me find the answer on my own." It was in that moment that I learned one of the most important lessons in life, and it was this: leadership is not expertise. Leadership is a commitment to the inherent power, the life-changing transformation of constant education. You, the class of 2021. You will not be remembered for enduring COVID. The class of 2021 will be known as the class of overcoming, the class of resiliency. It is your time to shine. You are the pride of your families, your friends, and your communities. You weren't promised this day. You had to fight hard to earn it. Congratulations to you all. It is time to chart a new path. It is time to chase your dreams. Thank you, and go Cougs.